Hey, it's Ramsey Dewey over here in Shanghai, China. Welcome to another edition of Q&A with the Coach. Today we have a question from our friend Becky. Becky says, "Hi Ramsey, hope all is well. Same with you, my friend. You said in a previous video that fat loss is determined by 5 things: eating, moving, sleeping, breathing, and thinking. Could you explain what you mean by breathing and thinking? Thanks." Okay. Now it's not just fat loss, it's your physical fitness in general. It is your physical well-being in every sense of the word is determined by those things. How you eat, how you sleep, how you move, how you breathe, how you think. And most people, again, understand the eating and the moving part. Diet and exercise, right? You eat the right things, you move the right way, it makes you healthier. Most people can wrap their minds around the sleeping component. You sleep well, you have a good sleep schedule, and your body is healthier. Okay, that's pretty simple, right? But the breathing part, does that mean you have to sit down and dedicate time to just focusing on your breath like some kind of yogi every day? No, but you should focus on your breath. Fat loss in particular, because how do you lose fat? Well, I'll tell you. You breathe it out of your nose. When we catabolize fat, catabolism, it's like metabolism, but instead of processing and assimilating and burning up food that we eat, we are processing and burning up our own body tissue, either muscle or fat. In this case, fat. When is fat catabolized the most? When you sleep. One of the reasons it's so important to get good sleep, regular sleep, and not fall into a state of sleep deprivation. Man, that's toxic. But when we sleep, we breathe. We breathe so much that we lose water vapor and carbon dioxide through our nose. Where does that water vapor come from? It comes from the energy that we burn. When we catabolize fat or metabolize food, we break it down into energy and water and carbon dioxide. The energy goes into our system and we use it. The water comes out as water vapor through our breath. The carbon dioxide comes out through our breath as well. Goes back into the ecosystem, hopefully to be recycled by plants who suck that in and spit out oxygen in return. Beautiful symbiotic system we have here between the plants and the animals, isn't it? But breathing. Man, focus on your breathing. Most people don't think about breathing at all. They let it become a purely automatic process. If we go too long without breathing, our body will just naturally inhale to keep us alive. But I want you to focus on exhaling. Focus on your exhaling, not so much the inhaling, because again, the body does that automatically when you need to. But think about focusing on exhaling, especially when you exercise. One of the big problems with exercise is it makes you tired. And when you get tired, you want to do less of it. And when you do less of it, well, our results won't be what we want them to be, right? If we're not doing enough, if we're not working hard enough. Obviously, I'm not advocating overtraining. I'm advocating training just the right amount. But if you're too tired to train just the right amount, you won't do it. You won't physically do it. And a big part of the reason why people get tired when they exercise is that they fail to breathe. Again, the body breathes in automatically when you need oxygen. But it doesn't breathe out automatically when you need to expel the carbon dioxide. I mean, it can when you're hyperventilating, but that's no state to be exercising in a hyperventilating state. Oh, man. Focus on breathing out. Connect your breath and your movement. It's something yoga teaches. Yoga's great about that. It's something dance teaches, especially modern contemporary dance. And it's something good martial arts teach. Connect your breath and your movement. Connect your voice and your movement. Connect your diaphragm and your movement. Connect your core, your center, to your movement. Connect your being and your very soul to your movement, and something wonderful happens. We become better movers. We don't tire out as much. We are breathing with correct intervals. Right? We move and we breathe at the same time, and we don't get tired. And so we can exercise as much as we need to get healthy. And yeah, at the same time, if you're just sitting there in your chair, meditate on your breathing a little bit. Think about your breathing for a little bit. Gain some control and mastery over your breathing. Now that last part, thinking. What does thinking have to do with fat loss? Well, man, if you're stuck in a negative mindset, you're stuck, period. If you're dead in your mind, as the Matrix taught us, you're dead in the Matrix, or in real life, or however that works. Anyway, getting outside of the realm of science fiction, if we convince ourselves with our mind that we can't, then we can't. But if we convince ourselves in our mind to focus on not what we can't do, but what we can do, even if it's just a tiny little thing, we scramble until we find that tiny little thing that we can do, that tiny little foothold or handhold or fingerhold to pull us up this mountainside. And we grip onto that one little tiny thing that we can do, even if it's just the finger, even if it's just the skin of our teeth. And we focus on that mindset. How we think allows us to climb that mountain and to ascend that summit. But if we tell ourselves, I can't because I don't have a convenient foothold. I don't have a convenient handle. No, you don't. If you are overweight, if you're obese, if you're unhealthy, that's an uphill battle, man. You don't have an easy grip on things. You don't have an easy way out. And if you simply focus on what you can't do, it will be overwhelming. And that will be a self-fulfilling prophecy. So instead, focus on what you can do, and what you must do, and what you will do. Because that's your only way out of that hole. When our mind is in a positive way, when our mind pushes us in a positive direction, we get good things done. When we allow ourselves to become defeatists, to defeat ourselves before we've even really set off on the journey, that's a mental battle. If you allow your mind to defeat you before your body even had a chance to fight, how many of us have done that? So many of us. Everyone has done that to one extent or another. Everybody does that every day. Not just overweight people, not just fat people. Everybody does that. Mental strength is strength, period. Because without that, we don't have the impetus to get out of bed in the morning. But if you tell yourself, I have to, if you allow the mind to make a connection with the heart, and the heart says, I will, I must, I can, and so I did. Find that connection. Find the connection between breathing and eating and moving and thinking. Connect all those things. Your mind, your body, your soul, your breath, your movement, your diet, all of it. How do you connect that? With your mind. Thanks for watching. Now get out there and train.